Hey guys, I'm Daniel with Austin Underground at ACL 2023, joined with Breland.
What's going on?
How are you doing?
I'm doing well, man. Good to be back. Weekend 2.
Yeah.
Should be a fun one.
Have you had time to truly take in Austin and see what it's all about?
A little bit. I mean, I've been to Austin a few times
Okay.
before ACL. We've played a couple shows out here. I shot a couple music videos out here for Natural and For What It's Worth, which are like the last 2 videos that we did. I mean, it's a really cool town. I live in Nashville. I feel like Austin and Nashville have a lot of similarities.
Very similar, yeah.
But yeah, I get the vibe. I understand it.
Cool, thanks. So your music uniquely blends genres and breaks expectations. So I was curious, what inspired you to blend so many genres together, and how do you handle the challenges that come with defying the norms of genres?
Yeah, I mean, dude, I'm a music fan. Before anything else, I love music. My listening habits are incredibly diverse. If you listen to, whatever playlist I'm listening to on any of the streaming platforms, there's a lot of different genres in there. So I'm just naturally kind of inspired by all of those different genres, and I think my music is reflective of my influences. But within country music, obviously, when you start blending in a lot of other genres, there are some people that have their own definition of country music that my music doesn't necessarily fit.
Yeah.
And I think those people are entitled to their opinions. Ultimately, I'm not trying to make great country music. I'm trying to make great music.
Yeah.
So if it's not country music to you, that's fine. But I think, there are obviously enough people in the world that enjoy it, and that's who I'm making it for.
And I think it's clear that your music is finding its audience. I mean, I think your music is great.
Oh,
so.
Thanks, man.
So I wanted to ask you about your name. So Breland is your last name.
Yeah.
It's not your first name. So
Correct.
what does it mean to you to carry the Breland name forward in your success, considering, if I'm not mistaken, your family also sings?
Yeah.
So what does that mean to you?
It means a lot to me. I mean, look, man, we're in America. We all know, there's a lot of history here. Breland, as a last name, is one that was given to us through slavery, and I feel like historically, some of my ancestors have had a really tough time in America. And I feel like I'm really the first one that's able to live, debt-free, out of prison, out of chains, literally. And I think it's a new day for the Breland family. And so I just felt like I wanted to be able to honor some of my relatives that came before me that helped make this possible, and then hopefully put us on a slightly different trajectory.
That's good to hear. Thank you for sharing that, Breland.
For sure.
You also often address really important societal and racial issues in your music. How challenging is that, managing the entertainment with the the things that need to be told and shared to people? How do you balance that?
I mean, I try to let each song tell whatever story they want to tell, but then sometimes I am very intentional about making sure that a song has a message. Thinking about some of my songs like Cross Country or Growing Pains or The Extra Mile. They're decidedly inspirational. They hopefully bring some joy to people who might feel like they don't belong in certain spaces. And I've also addressed certain things like mental health. I've addressed certain things like race in America in some of my songs, but I also have some bops, So for me, it really just depends on the day. You might get like a song that makes you cry. You might get a song that makes you dance. And I think the beauty of being able to make music is that I have the opportunity to tell whatever type of stories I want.
I think that's awesome. So now I wanted to ask you about your evolution as an artist. Is there any sounds or other genres that you want to explore in future projects?
Yeah, man, I'm trying to do like a country and like Afro beats project.
Yeah.
I just feel like there's a lot of similarities that people haven't really tapped into yet, and obviously the Afrobeat market is growing internationally very quickly, as is country music in a lot of countries. So I feel like there's something that can be done there. I spent some time out in South Africa and learned a lot about how Afrobeat is made and what it means to these people culturally.
Yeah.
I feel like country music, to the people that grow up on it out here, has a similar meaning, for them. And so if I were able to bridge that gap, I think I will have accomplished something pretty cool.
I think so. Yeah, that'd be awesome. You've also shared in the past stories of your youth dealing with stage fright.
Yeah.
And now you're playing, you just came back, if I'm not mistaken, a tour throughout all of Europe.
Yeah.
You're playing at one of the biggest music festivals in the whole country.
Yeah.
So how did you deal with that, and what advice do you have to any upcoming musicians who might be dealing with similar issues?
Yeah, man, stage fright's real. I think at this point I'm not really nervous being on stage because I get to do this with a bunch of guys that we've put in enough reps and played enough shows together that I kind of know. I mean, look, last weekend we had a situation literally 3 songs in where one of our computers overheated, and then we had to pivot and do a song acoustic that we weren't even planning on singing, you know. But I think ultimately we all trust each other, so when things do occasionally go wrong, you know, I think stage fright for me is me worried that like something would go wrong, that I would forget the words, that the audience wouldn't like what I was doing, that, you know, and something would happen. That's, you know, like I'm scared that this isn't going to go the way that I want. And now I'm realizing it actually almost never goes the way that you want, right?
Yeah.
Like there's no such thing as a perfect show. Like we're all humans, and there's a certain amount of, you know, margin for error that you can't really avoid.
Yeah.
So I think more so now it's just like trusting in my ability to pivot when those things do happen and to, you know, keep pushing forward. And I think if you're an up and coming artist that wants to do this, you know, it really just comes from confidence in yourself, but obviously you got to put the work in to be able to gain some of that confidence.
Sweet. Thank you for sharing that, Breland.
Yeah, no problem.
So lastly, where can fans find you? What do you have coming up soon? Anything
Yeah,
to share?
you can find me today, 310 to 410 on the Miller Lite stage here at ACL. But no, you can find me at Breland, pretty much everywhere. Breland Music, maybe a couple places, but yeah, BrelandMusic.com. I mean, get tickets, man. Come out and see us. We put on, as chill as I am right now, I'm not on stage. You know, we have a really good time, and I think it's something for everybody, truly.
Yeah.
Like a lot of artists will be like, yeah, like our music's for everybody, but they're just kind of doing one thing. We have everything in our set. You know, we got gospel, we got rock, we got R&B, we got, you know, old school soul, we got hip hop, we got country, we got blues. So if you're just a fan of music, I think you'll really appreciate, you know, seeing our live show especially.
That's awesome. Thank you, Breland, and check us out at austinunderground.org and on our social medias, Austin Underground. Thank you for watching, and bye.